Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel on one of the first sunny days of 2024. Never mind, the weather's been awful, so that paired with work and life, it's been very difficult to get out and do some videos, but an interesting one today. I thought I'd bring you a video on this weird and wonderful contraption. Now, if you've never seen one of these before, don't worry, nor had I. This is a Honda Elysion. It's the Japanese market's 8-seater people carrier, rivals things like the Nissan Algrand and the Toyota Alphard. They're a hidden gem really, these things, so I'll tell you a little bit about the car and then we can go on and talk about what it's like to drive. So these essentially are 8-seater people carriers. They do them in two engine variants, the smaller engine petrol, which is what this one is, the 2.4, and then I think it's the 3.5 litre V6. So essentially the engines from a Honda Accord and a Honda Legend, which I love because Honda to me equals reliability, and it does drive like it's a reliable car. They're 8-seater people carriers, they're ULEZ compliant, and really they are, I think, if you're looking to spend, well, you can buy these for anything from sort of four or 5 grand upwards really. If you're looking to spend that sort of money and avoid the I don't know, the overcomplicated old European style market for these cars, then they're a really good idea, because like they're a functional, reliable, comfortable 8-seater MPV. And the market's good for those at the minute. There isn't many about. If you look at things that the like I say, the European market and the UK market has to offer, things like, I don't know, Ford Galaxies and Volkswagen Charans and stuff like that. These just, to me, look better, they're more comfortable, and they're not riddled with, I don't know, ailments that you'd associate with those sorts of cars. When they get old, don't they? And you know, they start to fall apart, and these cars just feel really, really tight and well put together. So they're not going to excite anybody in terms of their performance, of course. It would pull the skin off a rice pudding, but only just. But that's not what they're built for. If you wanted to drive across Europe in one of these things or something like that with your family, then I sincerely suggest that you'd be able to do it in sensible comfort and not have to worry about the reliability aspect of things. So they've got some cool features, these cars. They are spec'd quite well. Things like, I mean, you'll have to excuse a few of the things because it's all in Japanese. For instance, the infotainment system, I just don't know how to work because I can't speak Japanese, so I don't know what any of these symbols mean. But it's got air conditioning, climate control, Bluetooth, again, if I could get it working. Great visibility, electric doors, electric mirrors, folding mirrors. What else has it got? Auto lights and wipers and CD, DVD players and all that sort of stuff. So the functions of them, they're pretty well spec'd. They've got everything that you need, definitely. And I think on the face of it, I think they look really cool as well. Again, relative to what they are. I certainly think it looks better than a VW Charan or a Ford Galaxy. It's a cool JDM looking thing, isn't it? Now to drive, like I said, there's a couple of engine variants for these. As far as I'm aware, they are all automatic, but there's the 2.4 petrol and the 3.5 V6 petrol. The 2.4 is a 4-cylinder auto, I believe it's a 5-speed box. And yeah, to drive, the car's comfy, it's relatively quiet, to be honest, it's smooth. Like I said, performance-wise, it isn't going to excite anybody, but again, that's not what these are for. I will say the V6 gets up and goes really quite well. For me, if I'm honest, between the two, I would choose the V6. You have just got to be aware that they are big old things. And this is 2009 engine and transmission technology, so they are thirsty. There's no 8 or 9 speed dual clutch transmissions in these bad boys, but they are reliable, they are easy to drive, and I really, really like that. I'd have no problem jumping in this and heading off to France or Germany or whatever. You could whip the lads in and go for a session abroad, couldn't you? We favour the Nürburgring every now and then, and although this wouldn't tow the thing, I reckon the V6 would. You could quite easily strap something to the back on a trailer and whip over there, get all the guys and bits and tools and things in here, and it'd be easy does it. Or like I say, you load it up with a family and off you go. You can whip across to France or Belgium or Germany or whatever. Easy does it. I think the appeal for these things is, well, the appeal for any 8-seater MPV really, and that's that you need to get a load of people in to go somewhere. And this fulfills that purpose really, really well. It's got loads of room inside. The chairs are awesomely comfy with these armrests, and the seats feel fairly good quality. Like I say, it's comfy. It doesn't sort of rick it about and bob about. I don't feel like I'm sat on MDF. It's a very comfortable car. There's loads of room in the back, loads of room in the back 3 seats as well, and you get sensible boot space. But you know, if you don't need to whack 8 people in and you've got 5 people, 6 people with some luggage, it's a really versatile car. You can move seats, fold them down, this, that and the other. It doubles as a rather large van, to be quite honest. So it's a very versatile car. But the only drawbacks with these cars is because they're solely built for the JDM market. Parts are not available off the shelf from your local motor manufacturers, so you have to be a bit more I guess diverse in terms of your thinking for parts. Honda do stock some bits. I did the transmission oil on this the other day, for example, when you get the ATF, the automatic transmission fluid from Honda. Yeah, some things are available off the shelf from Honda, but you have to search further and wider for parts. Like I say, they're not available from motor manufacturers. So I use a company called Jap Euro Parts, they're really, really good. And there's another motor manufacturer as well, which I think is Japanese All Parts. I'll pull them both up on the screen one after the other in a second, but after speaking with both companies, they're really, really helpful. They stock a load of stuff. I ordered lower suspension arms and ball joints for this car, and they came within a matter of days. So not end of the world, but all I would say is, yeah, just keep in mind the cons to this sort of thing are if you take it in for an MOT, for example, and it's got a list of advisories or failures for that sort of thing, then you're gonna have to wait a few days for it to come. But it's not end of the world. These are Japanese domestic market vehicles, which means they are built for the Japanese domestic market. And in such, there are some unfamiliarities. Few cars have this quirk, but not many for the UK domestic market, which is the indicators are on to the side. So you have to get used to that. If you're like me, in the first few times I drove this car, I was continuously popping wipers on whilst trying to indicate, and indicating whilst trying to activate the wipers. But yeah, you get used to it. They're on this side of the car. It's just a quirk, I guess. I mean, the main drawback for this car is the fact that, as I said earlier, the infotainment system is all in Japanese. Plus with this one, it thinks that I'm in the middle of the sea, the nav. But the nav for this car, would you be using the factory nav in this thing anyway, even if it was current with the UK maps? Definitely not. 2009 car, Jesus, definitely not. For the purpose this car is intended for, which is to cart people about, box ticked. To drive miles without a worry or hesitation with regards to reliability or if you're going to get there or not, box ticked. It's ULEZ compliant, box ticked. It doubles as a sizable van, so if you've got to load stuff in, easy peasy, another box ticked. I think there's way more pros than there are cons to this thing. I say the only con is the fact the infotainment system is not English. But I think if you know what you're looking at, or you know what one of these is, should I say, and this is why I wanted to bring this video to light, because I really do think these are just way off the radar. Like I say, I myself didn't know what the heck this was. But after experiencing it, I would much rather have one of these than a 2-litre petrol Alhambra or Galaxy or something like that, I just trust the car more. It's Honda. I trust the reliability more. I think the gearbox is more reliable. They just feel better. It feels like it's less stress on the gearbox. It just feels gentler, not as jerky, and yeah, I do just trust the car a lot more, I think, because it's a Honda. So I sincerely suggest, if you're looking for an MPV for that sort of money, then you open up your your binoculars and go and hunt for one of these things, give it a try, because I think it will pleasantly surprise you. Better to drive than some of the UK DM cars, definitely. Harder to source parts for, but it isn't the end of the world. And typically, with these sorts of cars, because especially the Honda, I think, it's got, well, all of them really, but I just think the Honda's they've got a bit of a following, because it's like it's a cool JDM version of like a boring family car. They're typically looked after pretty well. Do you know what I mean? They are typically looked after pretty well. But I guess, yeah, you know, each individual's different. But I just see the landscape for these cars, as from the ones I've seen as a whole, they come in much better condition and much better history than a family beater of like a Galaxy or something like that, which just get abused and it's just a kid's bus, isn't it? And you know, there's stuff sticking to the carpets and kick marks everywhere, scratches and load marks from prams and stuff like that. The outside's all beat and no one really gives a shit about them. They just fulfill a purpose and that's it, they're left to die. But I think these things, there's a bit more of enthusiasm behind the purchase for the badge and the brand. So that's what I've seen anyway. Anyway, I think we'll wrap that up there. I don't want to go on forever about it because you know, it was really just to bring to light what these are and the fact that they're out there in the market. And if you hadn't seen one, then get an eye in. They're a really good car. I'm really impressed. I'd quite happily drive this thing to the Nürburgring as a support vehicle for sure. I really like it. Really like it. And that's it. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. It really helps the channel out and we really appreciate it. Your comments are more than welcome. Love to hear your feedback, positive or negative. It doesn't fuss us. We're pretty thick-skinned, and hey, listen, that's the only way that we're going to make better content, is by listening to guys and girls that watch our stuff. So there you go. If you want to see more, then please do subscribe. We're nearly at 700 subscribers now, which is mind-blowing for us, considering we're only doing this for a bit of fun. And the feedback's been great. So yeah, massive thanks to everyone that's subscribed and that watches. I'll say thanks so much again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.